chief political correspondent Vassey Kapelos is at the RNC for us in Milwaukee. She joins me once again this morning. Good morning to you. So let's begin with some insight into why Trump would choose JD Vance as his running mate, senator, former author. And this is a guy, Vassey, who once called Trump the Hitler of America.
Yeah, there is no shortage of a public record of the kind of criticism that he threw at Donald Trump when he was first elected in 2016. He's best known prior to becoming a senator for writing and releasing this book, Hillbilly Elegy, which sought to explain the support for Trump, essentially, and the reasons why so many Americans feel disenfranchised and disassociated with the institutions that are supposed to represent them in Washington. But at the time, because it served as that kind of explanation, he got tons of questions about Trump, and there is so much evidence of all the criticism that he has leveled at Trump. However, since then, he came out and said, I was wrong. I actually agreed with the way he did things when he was president. I agreed with the policy positions he took, and now I've become this really big supporter of Trump. I spoke to a ton of delegates yesterday to figure out exactly what you asked, like, how are you reconciling what he said in the past with now the fact that he is next in line, essentially, to becoming president if anything were happened to the former President Trump? And they were all over it. Pretty much everybody was kind of telling me, you know what, he's apologized, he's moved on. Everybody, had these different opinions, and now they view him as a really ardent supporter of the president. I think from a strategic perspective, I've been really trying to figure out, like, what does his selection do? Does it widen the base? Not really. Does it motivate the base? Probably. The primary thing, according to Frank Luntz, who's a really well-respected Republican pollster, he told me last night, this is about a succession plan. Essentially, this is about the future of MAGA, and that is what JD Vance, in his view, secures.
Next gen, as they say. Yeah. Okay. So Trump made that surprise appearance last night. Can you, in words, describe for us how he was received when he walked out?
Total and complete support and elation. I have very rarely been in a room that was as motivated and excited as that room was last night. I think it was at 9 o'clock my time, exactly when it happened. The drama of it all is hard to overstate. Like, you can see the picture right now of him walking through, but he was on screen for a while. Like, he appeared up and they just went crazy. The most interesting thing over the last 24 hours for me has been the degree to which the people in that room all day are so firmly cemented behind Donald Trump. Their loyalty, their sort of support is all directed towards him. The party is very much secondary, which is a unique dynamic and one that really manifested in this moment that you're watching on TV right now. Like, they went crazy. They started saying, fight, 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 USA, USA, much like we saw on Saturday night when he had been shot and he put his fist up in the air. They were over the moon to see him. There's no way to sort of adequately, I guess, describe how excited that room was.
Wow. Oh, no, you've done a good job. Okay. What's on the agenda today, Vassey?
So today is going to be really interesting. They have a theme set out for each day, and it's so fascinating the degree to which the issues that are important to American voters are also what's permeating in Canada. Yesterday was all about cost of living. The theme was, quote unquote, make America wealthy again. Today is make America safe again, and the idea is crime and safety. The sort of difference between Canada and the U.S. to a certain degree is the issue of immigration is so central to the issues around crime and safety, and immigration policy in particular will be at the forefront of the agenda today. What I'm really curious to see is this also offers a very distinct proof point for what we heard since what happened over the weekend, which is both the Democrats and the Republicans, Trump and Biden, promising to tone down the polarization, tone down the rhetoric. If there is one issue that has seen the most amped up rhetoric, particularly on the Republican side, it is the issue of immigration policy. So today is going to be a test. Is that rhetoric, going to remain as inflamed as it is? The way in which they describe the White House, President Biden's policies, not that they aren't with their faults as well, but the rhetoric being used has been so incredibly heightened and polarized. Like, will that change today because of what happened over the weekend? We're going to have a very immediate proof point in the hours that follow, Marcia.
All right. Vassey, thanks for all that. Really appreciate it.